So is the current social welfare policy against the environment? Yes, the social welfare as we think of it now is linked with degrading the environment. There are three things we have to accept: that the current consumption of welfare and welfare solutions leads to environmental problems. So the traditional way of thinking and providing welfare has to be changed, and more greener welfare policies have to be adopted. When we think of welfare in the traditional way, we think of more consumption orientation. So to decrease poverty, one of the ways to measure poverty is that you have the certain number of calories a day. So again, consumption. Then another way of measuring poverty is what kind of things you have in the home. So do you have a toilet? Do you have a TV? Do you have a car? So all these things or any other transport vehicle. So these are the things which we use to measure poverty. So of course this means that the more things you have, the less poor you are, the better you are. So this is the idea which traditional welfare has. And then of course this means that if government wants to help somebody, it will try to track people who don't have these things and provide these things to them and maintain their standard of living. But if you look at the history, the standard of living is changing. So if you look at the 1960s, Britain, there was a time when they were in the 60s. One of my relatives went there and settled in the UK, and they have these communal toilets outside the homes. So there were 5 or 6 houses, and then there were 5 or 6 toilets together separately. So each day people would walk from their homes and go to these toilets when they want to use them. And now you hear the people. Once I was looking at hearing a television from Britain, and a lady was saying, we are so poor that we can't go on vacation even to Europe. So this is the idea of how welfare is changing. So not going to vacation is poverty. So if we think of welfare in this way, of course, more consumption, more production, more travel, more environmental degradation will be the result. Another way, even the United Nations, other World Bank, and other bodies measure the poverty and the growth on the basis of these kind of things. For example, there is a index of measuring the development of countries based on energy used per capita. So the more energy you use, the more developed you are. So that is the thinking. So that means that everybody should, spend more energy, use heating systems, use air conditioners and other things, so that more energy is used, and so the link between development and social welfare and environmental degradation is there. Of course, environmentalists want to change it. But there are problems. So should poor not allowed to have a car, a TV, to go on vacations? Should we stop everyone? If we can't stop poor, should we stop everyone? Or maybe we should allow market to do it. But when market was allowed to come into areas in many countries, like provision of water and electricity, of course, what the first step was the private companies did was that they stopped provision of water and electricity to the poor people, which was of course not the intention of green or environmentalists. So these are the issues which hamper agreement on how this green social welfare policy is to be implemented. The issues of fairness and justice. How can we stop the poor and the developing countries when we can't stop the rich and the advanced countries? And there should be a government which should stop everyone, but that will be dictatorial or authoritarian. Do we want that? These are the issues. Thank you.